I've grown up in the same house since I can remember, the same street and the same schooling system since I was 2 years old. This must mean I've spent my childhood biking to friends' houses and exploring the community that I live in. Oh wait, I live off the side of an interstate highway. This is how most of America is forced to live. While not everyone lives off the side of interstate highways such as Route 40, many still live in car-centric subdivisions and looping cul-de-sacs. However, there are a few places for people to dwell in the suburbs, even though most people-centered areas are found in dense city environments. And there's one place close to me, a few miles from my home, called Old Ellicott City. A bustling main street filled with shops and restaurants, outdoor seating, historic buildings, and a close community is what makes this town so memorable. Founding as a milling town in 1777 as Ellicott Mills, 3 Quaker brothers industrialized and revolutionized farming in the district. The Ellicott brothers continued to sell products until a fire in 1809, and then the Ellicott family could no longer afford the business and sold in 1840. The success of the Ellicott brothers brought in resources, wealth, opportunity, and people. This is epitomized by the creation of the oldest surviving railroad in American history, as historically railroads were used to center developments. As Ellicott City grew, so did its transit. The line of double-ended streetcars ran from Baltimore to the growing city. First implemented in 1899, the service would run until 1955. The 1950s would mark a drastic change in American life, consumerism, and city structure. All across the states, highways and car infrastructure were replacing old train lines and even people's homes. The highly effective streetcar in Old Ellicott City was torn out and replaced by an unsuccessful bus route that would only last 2 years. This final form of the old streetcar line would be a walking and biking trail for neighborhoods behind the city. The removal of transit was not the only destructive trend of the 1950s and 1960s. The creation of large, cheap subdivisions, such as Levittowns, were sprouting up across the United States. The first major subdivision in Ellicott City was constructed in 1955, and the Norbiting Shopping Center was built shortly after. These 2 structures represented the division the government was planting within our cities. A once growing city would soon be relegated to a main street and surrounded by car-centric infrastructure, making the construction of similar mixed-use buildings impossible. This has led to car congestion crowding Main Street, but it also poses a more dangerous problem: flooding. 2 100-year floods hit Old Ellicott City in the span of 2 years and ended up killing 3 people. The downhill slope of Main Street is made even worse for runoff when there's little vegetation and sheets of concrete surrounding it. Old Ellicott City is a beautiful, rare gem in the United States, but it could be made even better with the implementation of new forms of transit. The whole of the United States could become better if there are more ways for people to travel. Suddenly, America could stop looking like this and turn into this.